Hello, everyone. This is Ramin Azarm, owner of Flex to Success Clinical Rehabilitation Services. And today I'd like to do a lecture on patience. Patience is definitely a forgotten virtue in our society. In a world where people are instantly receiving gratification within a second, aka, same day Amazon deliveries, or, the internet giving people the ability to look up a concept and find the definition within seconds. People have forgotten what it's like to be patient for things. Patience is very important in a society. When you have to be patient for something, a lot of times what that does is it gives you the ability to appreciate what you're obtaining. For instance, when I was pursuing my graduate study in social work, I had to put in a lot of time, energy, and attention over a span of 4 years because I went part time in order to obtain that degree. I would have loved to have it immediately. That would have been nice. Then I could have immediately began pursuing my goals. But no, I had to be patient. I had to wait. I had to put my time in. I had to study. I had to pass exams. I had to write papers. These things took time and effort. I also had to work while these things were going on and pay bills and provide for myself. This is no different than anybody else in society who decides to pursue a graduate degree. Working while you're in school and having to wait and be patient in order to obtain a degree is something that many people experience. But one thing I've noticed is that overall, the level of patience that people have has significantly decreased. And I think a good majority of that is because of the ease that society provides things, the ease and the speed, the velocity of how quickly people are able to access information, access food, access knowledge. Um, it far supersedes like the way people were able to do this in the past before we had things like the internet and DoorDash and Amazon. So I do believe that, patience is hurt, the lack of patience now is hurting us as a society because everybody's looking for instant gratification. Everyone's looking for that immediate fix. And, you know, there's a cost for that. A lot of times what happens is we swap out quality for quantity. If we have a society that wants immediate gratification all the time, in order to take shortcuts, in order to get people, items and products and stuff quicker, a lot of times we have to cut corners on the quality of those items in order to ship them out quicker. For instance, if I own a car manufacturing plant and I get an unrealistic deadline to have like 1,000 cars produced by, you know, some ridiculous deadline, I literally have to cut corners in order to maintain that contract, in order to push those cars out, in order to meet that unrealistic deadline. And this is stuff that happens like in society every day, where people are given unrealistic deadlines to complete certain things. They have to cut corners and quality takes a hit in order to produce those items at a faster pace. And then the real loser in all of this is the consumer because he's purchasing a product that he believes is at the utmost quality, but then he soon finds out, no, this product was rushed to the product line and all these shortcuts were taken, and the product that's normally really high level is now extremely low level in terms of quality. And who takes the hit? The consumer takes the hit. So I I really feel like as a society, if we kind of hunker down a little bit and we take a step back and we start to work on having patience, we start to work on understanding that, you know, a patient society is a society full of quality. I think a lot of us will be a lot more satisfied and a lot more happy with the lives that we're living. Right now, there's a lot of misery out there. People are uncomfortable with inflation. People are uncomfortable with wage stagnation. People are uncomfortable with their ability to provide for their families. People are uncomfortable with their jobs. So there's a lot of anxiety. Anxiety breeds impulsivity. Impulsivity breeds immediate gratification. Immediate gratification, when you're searching for that, a lot of times your patience takes a hit. So you can see how in society, like, all these things chain together to produce a society that overall has a general lack of patience. How can we improve upon that? Well, there's certain things that you can do to increase your ability to be a patient person. So one is to not give in to impulse buying. Impulse buying is a huge way that people utilize to engage in immediate gratification type of behaviors, right? So let's say my son needs a new bed. His bed's okay. It's a little bit broken, but like, it's not like totally destroyed, right? So an example of impulse buying would be for me to run out to the store and put myself in debt to buy, like, this brand new, like, amazing bed for my son. The smart way to go about that would be, take your time, save up some money, let your son tough it out, let your son deal with the fact that his bed's broken for a little while. You know why? Because then when you buy him a brand new bed, he'll appreciate it. He'll appreciate the fact that he has that new bed, because he's gonna be like, I've been sleeping on this broken bed for a while now. Um, I would have really liked a bed right away, but I understand, Dad had to save some money, Mom had to save up some money, and now they were able to get me that new bed. And wow, I appreciate it so much more now because I had to wait for it. That's the general way things go when you delay gratification. So impulse buying is a big one. Don't try to impulse buy all the time unless it's an emergency. Like, if your boiler goes in the winter and you have no heat, yeah, borrow money, do what you have to do, splurge on a new boiler, because you know what? Without heat, your whole family's probably going to get sick. And who knows? Like, not having a boiler could create bigger problems in the house that have to be fixed. You know what I mean? Could create electrical issues, could create all types of problems. So, you know, if your boiler goes in the midst of winter and you're practically freezing to death, that's an emergency. That's a time to splurge. That's a time to do what you have to do, borrow from whoever you have to borrow from to fix that problem. But like a bed that's only slightly damaged, or, maybe a couch that's showing some wear and tear, don't be so quick to run out there and impulse buy something and put yourself into debt. That's something that can wait. You have to prioritize. Okay. So impulse buying, not allowing yourself to engage in impulse buying is a way to increase your patience. Another way to increase your patience is listening to your family, your friends, your coworkers, your spouses, actively listening to them and letting them finish their thoughts fully before you respond to what they're saying. Don't cut people off and interrupt them and tell them what you think they're thinking and what you think they're going to say next. That is an impulsive move of assumption that is very rude to other people. It doesn't follow etiquette in terms of conversation and socially connecting to others. And a lot of times it allows you to misinterpret what you think someone is going to say and not really get the full gist of what they're trying to say. So give people the opportunity to finish their thoughts and complete their sentences and tell you what's on their mind, whether you think it's stupid or not, regardless of what your opinion is. Just engaging in that practice on a daily basis will help you increase your patience. All right. So that's my lecture today on patience. Um, you know, some of the pitfalls of not having patience is, making really bad decisions. People who have patience, they tend to really consider all outcomes before they make a decision. So having patience can lead to better decision making, and better decision making can overall lead to a better society. Again, I'm Ramin Azarm, owner and operator of Flex to Success Clinical Rehabilitation Services, and that's my lecture on patience for today. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.